love the live flowers. Hello, how are you guys?
Oh, good.
Everybody's awesome. I love this ship. The rest of deck 3 is going to be a lot of the services. So you'll find all of your guest relations and some of your short excursions desks down here. There's also an ATM where you can get out some cash. Everybody's been very helpful. We've been really impressed with all of the service on board. Again, in the atrium, we've got the live entertainment. Usually every evening, we've got live bands, good performances. And there's that floating tree. This thing is so cool. Another cool pro tip: if you've gotten off for a port day and you're getting back on the ship, usually the gangway is on deck 2, which is just below here, and the first place and the quickest place to grab a nice cold refreshing water or drink is what we call the basement bar. So this is the bar. This is the bar down in the deck 3, and it doesn't seem to be very popular, probably because of where it is, but we found it to be a good bar. This is Gus. He's a pig on board. Sommelier station with all of their wine. It's huge. It's a big collection. On the other side of this lobby area is the Quasar Lounge. Another popular spot with a bar inside and some fun activities. So we've seen them doing trivia here. They'll do different types of music gatherings. Lots of fun stuff. It's very chic, modern kind of feel. I like it. This thing's weird though. I call it the DJ egg. This is where all the AV stuff is set up usually, but looks like a space-aged egg, doesn't it? So this is the onboard future cruise area. I'm gonna pick up some of these. We're always looking to book another cruise. Look at that. Travel is alive and well. People are booking like crazy. All right, let's keep this tour going. I'm gonna poke in this side over here, but I'm pretty sure I can't film. So this is Fortune's Casino. Pro tip, make sure that you do drop a $5 in slot machines every time you come, because it'll put you on the casino list, and then you might get some really cool future cruise offers. Always a happening place. At midship on deck 4, you'll find more souvenir shops, places to buy things like liquor and bourbon and rum, and all duty-free. There's some lounge seating, as well as a casino bar, where they do play some of the sports matches if you're interested in watching the games. We're here during March Madness right now, and gosh, it's hard not to watch some of the basketball, but that's okay. They've been doing a good job keeping some of them on the TVs. And that'll bring us all the way back to the main atrium. the main lobby at Center Ship. So this is kind of cool, guys. This is their famous martini bar. And if you come by in the evenings when it's operating, this entire thing is covered in ice to keep your drinks chilled. It's pretty neat. And of course they have any kind of martini you could possibly think of. Good seating area as well. Some ship windows. You can watch the sunset if you're here at the right time. Look at that water, you guys. Oh, looks so inviting. Captain came on this morning and said we're in about 7-foot waves right now, which is pretty big actually. You can definitely feel the boat rocking. Alright, and then on the other side is one of my favorite areas. So Craft Social is kind of like a sports bar. They have all the games going on, non-stop all day long, which is great. And it's got a cool little pub feel to it, you know, like an English pub. So that kind of wraps up the front of deck 4. And we saw all the main highlights of this deck. In the back is the dining room. Let's go check that out. All right, so here's the silhouette dining room. I'm gonna see if I can walk through while they're getting stuff set up. But this is where we've been eating every night. We have the anytime dining. Usually we reserve it for 6:15, but there's no set dining time, which is nice. There's not an early and a late seating. It's come when you want, and they'll get you a table. The service here is fantastic, by the way, and the food, it's great. No complaints, for sure. They do a really good job. I like the theming here. It's very bright colors, feels very welcoming. The seats are very comfortable. Lots of great window tables so you can watch the sunset and the ocean go by, if you get here before sunset. Okay guys, deck 5 is jam-packed with stuff. We've got Sushi on 5, the world-class sushi restaurant on all celebrity ships. World-class bar, art gallery, the photo gallery, also a place to pick up your photos if you get any taken on board. Then we have the ensemble lounge, the retreat lounge, Murano, which is one of the specialty dining restaurants on board. Cuisine, Tuscan Grill, which is where you'll find Holly and me every morning getting our oat milk lattes. It's a nice little perk for the elite class sailors. Blue Cafe al Baccio and Gelateria. So another cool perk for the elite members is that you get a free complimentary gelato once per cruise. And of course the Equinox Theater, and I'll show you all of those. Let's go. We have not done this restaurant before, but if you have, please let us know below if it's good, if it's worth doing. It is a premium experience, but we've heard good stuff from the people that have eaten here before. I don't know about you, but I'm getting hungry. All right, then just down the way, we've got the art gallery. They do several art auctions during a cruise. They're kind of fun. Sometimes you can win some raffles and get a free bottle of champagne or that sort of thing. But regardless, they're exciting sometimes. It's interesting to see what people buy. If you're a cruiser, this will be a familiar painting. The infamous Peter Max and the Umbrella Man. It's probably one of his most famous paintings. And then just off the art gallery is the world-class bar. And what cruise would be complete without shopping? There is definitely a lot of good options for high-end shopping aboard. Duty-free, of course, when you're out in international waters. So we've seen lots of jewelry and purses, handbags, watches, you know, the typical stuff. All right, let's keep this tour going. The next section you'll come to here on deck 5 is sort of the second midship atrium area. It's a smaller atrium with a view down below, but it's cool. It's an open area. On top we've got the photo gallery, and they do a photo shoot as well. You can buy some supplies like camera equipment, GoPros, that sort of thing. And then down below is some more meeting spaces that they use for entertainment and different activities on board. The first night we were here, Holly was doing a silent disco right here in the lobby. It was really cool. And then finally, at the forward of the ship, is the Equinox Theater. So Celebrity does a really good job of building out their theaters here. They leave no space untouched. These things are massive, you guys. For being on board a cruise ship, you don't usually find theaters this large. One of my favorite things aboard any cruise ship is the promenade. And on this ship, you'll find it on deck 5. So this is here. We've got a little walking trail as well as some great views of the ocean at a much lower level than the top decks. In case you're ever in a bind, you'll also find the lifeboats on deck 5. It's good to know. Something to note, this promenade does not go all the way around. There is no connection in the front or the back. So if you want to see both sides, you'll have to cut through the middle of the ship.
Deck 5 is where all of the activities are going to take place. So there's a lot of restaurants, it's the main atrium, it's the shops, it's the casino. Everything is from on decks 3, 4, and 5, and the promenade, which I'm on right now, enjoying some sunshine and getting a really cool view of Cuba.
Look at that water. It is crystal blue. Absolutely breathtaking. Most of the middle decks are going to be staterooms, and everything that's of interest is going to be on the top decks or in the middle decks. That said, in the center of the ship, there's a bunch of stuff on the middle decks as well, like the library, the card room, we've got the eye lounge, and Team Earth. Here you go, guys. Welcome to the card room. We've got some good games going on. It looks like a full house. No pun intended. So they've got this set up kind of like a lending library. You can take a book and read, or you can drop a book off that you've read for somebody else. And occasionally you might find something really good. I did notice though that a lot of them are in German, so I won't be reading too many of those. Look at these crowds, you guys. This ship, I swear, it is packed. I mean, it doesn't help that it is a sea day and everybody is here trying to soak up the sun at the same time, but it is packed. Look at the water just sloshing around because of the rocking of the ship. Too funny. Another pro tip, the Spa Cafe off the side of the solarium, they serve food, but it is not the standard food that they serve at the buffets. They have healthier options and they're oftentimes really delicious. All right, next up, let's check out the spa. Alright, let's go check out more of the ship. And if you need some relaxation, there's also the spa on board. So they have the Persian Gardens, which is one of my favorites, complete with the hot beds that you can lay and relax, get nice warm. There are lockers, and then downstairs are all the massage rooms as well. Fun fact, you can access the spa from deck 11. The entrance is in between some staterooms. I found that out earlier. It's kind of cool. A little sneak peek at the Persian Gardens. So there are also saunas in the locker rooms at the spa. They are complimentary. You do not have to pay for those. Another pro tip about the spa, during some of the first days on board, you'll see that they'll do a complimentary 5-minute massage. Holly and I did that this morning and it is awesome. You wouldn't think that 5 minutes is that good, but it really does make a difference. Okay, so on deck 15, we've got the hot glass studio. So this is a little bit different than the ship we were on before, out on the lawn. It is a bar on the other ship we were on, but they've got hot glass blowing classes, which is cool. Got the lawn club, the portrait studio, and the sunset bar. And camp at sea for all the kids on board, the X Club, and the retreat sun deck. So here's X Club. Teens only lounge, I probably can't go in there. And camp at sea for the smaller crew on board. So for the glass blowing class, you can sign up, but even if you don't sign up and pay for the class, everybody's welcome to sit and watch. And last but not least, we've got the whiskey house at the lawn club. I'm not sure if it's open, but let's see. It looks like it is locked right now. Inside, they've got some assortments of whiskey for purchase. I think they do a whiskey tasting. Ping pong. You cannot get from one to the other without going down to deck 14 and then back up on the other side. But I wanted to show you the lawn and all of these really cool parts that are on the top decks. So with that, let's go down to 14. We'll check out the rest of 14 and the center pool. This is the best place to come, especially if you want to enjoy a cocktail while the sun sets. You won't find better views than here. And the upstairs of the Sunset Bar. Again, guys, I apologize if it's a little windy. One of the coolest things about this ship is that they have a lawn on board. So this is real grass, it is not turf. This grass is fantastic, super welcoming, and they do events on here all the time, which is really cool. So they'll have bocce, there's another lawn in the center that I'll show you in a second with a big jumbotron. They'll host games and events and parties and things. It's super cool. It gives it a really nice outdoor flavor. You don't find that on cruise ships too often. So they have these cabanas as well on the lawn, and you can reserve those. I'm not sure what the price is, but you do have to get on a list. They're not first come, first serve. They've got a good view if you wanted to watch one of the events they host on the lawn here. The Jumbotron. One of my personal favorites is the Burger Bar. This is on 14, pretty close to the main pool. And I highly recommend getting a burger. They do a good job out here. We're on the 16th deck. This is the retreat sun deck. So it's really windy today. It's probably hard to hear me, a little too windy. Going all over. Look at these chairs, oh my gosh. So this is a sea day. We're out at sea today. We're headed from Grand Caymans all the way to Aruba. And even though the weather's nice and sunny, man, is it windy. Woo! So again, this is exclusive access for retreat guests only. It is nice, it's a private little top deck floor for everybody to get out and get some sun. We've got lots of loungers up here, good bar service, great attendance, Nice, excellent views too. So that's a full walk around of what the little retreat deck looks like. It does look down over into the multi-purpose court where they have basketball, pickleball, tennis. All right, too windy. Let's get out of the wind, head down a little bit. I'll show you some more, come on. This is the meeting area, or the meeting place. Good little place to come and get some work done, have a conference, and check out those views. Wow. And another meeting space. So it looks a little bit more for presentations and that type of stuff. On the other side of 14, we have the Sky Observation Lounge. It's a great lounge. It's got near 360-degree views of the ocean. Really great place to come relax. They have a lot of cool events up here as well. There you go, front of the ship. So we'll be up here tonight as well before dinner. Hopefully we'll get a good seat, a nice little view. Wow, look at those waves. My gosh, they are big. Okay guys, that wraps up the ship tour of the Celebrity Equinox. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure that you all like and subscribe, and tell your friends and family, anybody that you think would enjoy this video. We'll see you out there.